Well, look at this. You find yourself in a situation where you've resurrected an ANET A8 and it has caught fire. Or perhaps you're at a Gen Z party and the air is thick with pineapple vape. Whatever the case, you should pay attention to the air quality around you. There are ways that you can clean and purify that air. But usually when you go searching for something to do that, God, it's so smoky in here. Usually when you go somewhere to look for solutions, they cost a lot of money and they take custom filters and they don't have any sort of easily repairable frame. That changes today. This is the OddCube, a DIY right to repair focused air filter by my buddy Joel Creates. He has gone to Kickstarter with this design and with the ethos of you should be able to repair your things. You should be able to print new pieces. You should be able to utilize filters that are not specific. This is insane.
That is so cool.
So today, what I'm gonna do is take you through what this is. I'm gonna show you how I put it together, and then we're gonna see if this can solve this. You're in 3D Printing Nerd Studios, proudly powered by PCBWay. PCB, CNC, and 3D printing. It's all at PCBWay.com. This thing is called an OddCube, and it was created by my buddy Joel over at Joel Creates. Always wanted to come up with a product, and he's been through all sorts of really interesting situations, a lot of them self-imposed, just to kind of satisfy his curiosity, and he ended up with something like this. And he wanted to create an air purification or air filtration system that was DIY focused and took into account right to repair. Because if you go on to the internet and you look at air filters, they are expensive and very bespoke in that a lot of times they take a custom sized and shaped filter. And in doing that, it makes it difficult when running it if you have to go find a replacement filter in 3, 6, 9, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years.
Hey, I'm not judging.
But when you do that, you might not be able to find the filter you want at the brick and mortar store, or you have to go online and hope and pray that you can find the thing that you need. And so in building this, his idea was simple. So DIY, right to repair. Everything on this is 3D printed. These parts, 3D printed in that HT PETG that I got from Protopasta. When I was out at the lake and experimenting and trying to find the right print settings, I landed on them. So when I got back to the studio, I loaded all of my HT PETG into H-series bamboo machines. Those have active chamber heaters. And the reason I did that is because if I pumped that chamber heater to 65C and the bed to 100C, it was gonna hold down, the lines were gonna be good, and sure enough, all of the pieces came out of those H-series machines, just mwah. They were delicious, absolutely and totally delicious. And then I needed the mounts for the fans, and I did those in Prushiment Galaxy Black on the Core ones. Now, those are just PLA. I don't need active chamber heating, and the Core ones were preloaded with it, and I was like, bam, let's do it. And so they came out absolutely beautiful as well. With all of the parts printed, it was time to put it all together. And I thought other Joel could help me narrate the process.
To assemble the grill triangle, you're going to need a fan mount plate, a fan, and 5 fan screws. With the sticker facing up, let's place it right on top of that fan mount plate. Place a screw into each of these holes. They are self-tapping, so it helps to have the screwdriver aligned as straight as possible. Place the fan mount plate so that the bottom corners of the 2 wedges are just starting to angle into the grooves. Take the cable assembly and insert the power connector into the cutout in the panel in this orientation, then snugly fit the retaining nut. Carefully slide the buck converter towards the connector, making sure the cables tuck neatly into the corner. Place the hub into the pocket. Place the cover over the triangle with the right wedge pushed into the right groove, securing the panel with a single fan screw. Place one hand at the back of a triangle, and then place another triangle on the opposing corner, keeping it in place with 2 fingers. Grab a small O-ring and hook it over the top, then use your thumbs to roll the O-ring down over the bottom. Flip and place the bottom assembly onto the top assembly. Once these cables are all secured with their jumpers tucked out of the way, you can use a single cable tie to secure the loose cables in the middle, before adding the 4 remaining inner O-rings to join the 2 halves, and then place the filters with the slots aligned vertically. Once you have a filter placed into each of the top 3 slots, you can apply the top O-rings one at a time. After flipping the device upside down, lift the O-ring and tuck the foot corner underneath, and then you can just enjoy your OddCube.
The build was great. The pieces fit together. Everything was really fun. I enjoyed the process. I really enjoyed the process, and I like it. Like, I like this. I like this. Like, it came together great. Like, it feels like a chungus here, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna fall apart or break. Those O-rings serve a purpose and hold the sides together in a way that makes it kind of forgiving. Once I had it built to test it, I used my tiny little smoke machine to kind of show that the airflow was there. It would come in through the filters and come out through the fans, and the RGB kind of made it extra special. I have an industrial smoke machine. If we're gonna try this, why not just go all out? And so, without further ado, here's the OddCube versus an industrial smoke machine. Here we go. It's turning on. Oh, I can see it. Well, it went for a bit. This, from my experience, seemed to cut down the amount of time it took for the slow juice fog to dissipate. I know I probably threw something at this that it wasn't entirely built for. And also, air purification and air filtration does take time. I'm not saying that this is better at filtration than other filters. This is able to do what other filters do, but this one allows you to customize, to use any filters you want of a certain size and fix it if it breaks, or change the colors if you want it to match in your room. And I think that's really cool. I think Joel, good name, by the way, I think he came up with a really good idea. I know over on Kickstarter, it's already surpassed their goal, but there's still a little bit of time on that, at least at time of filming. So if you're interested in this, I think it's an interesting way to go. Air quality is important, and I know this because I've got allergies at home. I'm allergic to cats, and we have 3, of course. And I run a print farm. You know, and I've got filters in various places, and I can see in the filters and the pre-filters, you know, the cat hair and the dust and all that stuff that it collects, let alone the microscopic particles that you don't see. In my personal experience, what I've always done is when a filter or a pre-filter is just gross and it's time to replace it, you have to go find a specific one. And there's usually a good chance if you went and bought it at a brick and mortar store, you're not going to have the filters available, or at least you get something that's sort of compatible and you have to cut it to shape, which I've done. So the idea of this, being able to repair it, fix it, customize it, and just any, 6-inch square filter it takes, that's kind of neat. Links to this, obviously, down in the description. Thanks to Joel Creates for sending this my way and letting me experience it. And thanks for watching. If you made this far, you're awesome. Don't forget to hug each other more. Fight for cause you believe in. Filter all your air. And as always, high five.